Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I believe everyone already knows that we do live streaming every Sunday at 7 p.m. IST. And today's topic is one of the most important, that is advanced DAX in Power BI. Now, DAX, which is nothing but data analysis expressions, is a library of functions and operators that can be combined to build formulas and expressions in Power BI, analysis services, and Power Pivot in data models. I already have end-to-end Power BI tutorials on my channel. If you are new to Power BI, make sure you go through the Power BI videos. I also have dedicated 1.5 hours video on various DAX functions, including X, non-X, time intelligence functions, calculate, filter, etc. Link to that video is already in the description below. In today's session, we have Jai Charole, who currently works as a data analyst at Zep Analytics and is currently pursuing masters in data science and big data analytics, and he's going to walk you through various advanced DAX functions in Power BI. Let's have a short introduction about Jai and get started with the session. Just a small disclaimer, we have a Power BI interview Q&A guide consisting of more than 120 questions as a giveaway for this session. So stay tuned till the end to avail that. Thank you all for joining in. We'll get started quickly in 1 minute. Over to you, Jai. Please introduce about yourself and let's get started with today's topic.
Okay, so thank you for giving me this opportunity. So myself, Jay Charole, I'm working as a data analyst intern at Zep Analytics, and currently I'm pursuing my master's from MIT WPU World Peace University, Pune. My master's is in data science and big data analytics, and my current interest is in field of business intelligence and data analytics. So in today's session, we are going to see about the DAX, which is used in Power BI and Excel. So DAX is very important from interview point of view, and as well as in making Power BI dashboards. So coming to the introduction to the DAX, we are going to start with the basic introduction about the DAX, and then we will go to some advanced topics of it. So, what is DAX? So, abbreviation of DAX is data analysis expressions, and it is a type of a programming language that is used throughout the Microsoft Power BI to create calculated columns and measures and custom tables. So, if you go over here on your Power BI platform, so you can see something here, like there are some features like new measure, new column, and new table. So each of these things are being made using DAX. Okay, we can use DAX to create measures for creating new columns in the data set, and for creating new tables as well. So we are going to see all this, how we are going to use DAX in Power BI. So it's going to be an interesting session. So let's start with some brush up topics like what is measures and what are columns, calculated columns in DAX. Okay, so coming to the first one. Uh, so coming to the first, what are measures? Okay, so measures are DAX formulas used to generate new calculated values. Okay, so unlike calculated columns, measures values aren't visible within the tables. Okay, so they can only be seen within a visualization like a chart or a matrix. Okay, so it is similar to calculated field in an Excel pivot. I will show you how this term has been said. Okay, if you go over here, see, so DAX, there are some DAX functions which I have created. So these are some of the measures. Okay, so as it is said, these measures cannot be shown in the table. Okay, so we have to show these measures using visualizations. For example, we have a measure customer sales. So I will just use a card visual, and I will just drag this customer sales. Okay. So we can see this one of the measure. Okay. So this is a calculated measure in DAX. So use of measures, we use measures to create numerical calculated values that can be analyzed in values field of a report visual. Okay. So in this report visual, as we say in the value fields, we can put it and we can visualize it. So next is calculated columns. So calculated columns allow you to add new formula based columns to tables. Okay. So calculated column generate value for each row which are visible within the tables in the data view. Okay, for example, if we go in a data view, I will show you how to create a calculated column in some few minutes. So using this feature, we can create a calculated column. Okay, so calculated column is mostly inherited in this particular table only. Okay, they are used as an extra column inside a table. Okay, so next is, okay, so what are we going to cover in today's session? Okay, so today's session we are going to see uh, scalar functions. We are going to first start with the scalar functions, and after scalar functions, we will go with um, joins, relationship functions, and at last, we are going to go with table and filter functions. I have selected these topics particularly because these are very important when you, also these are some of the basics plus advanced topics which are important when you go for making a dashboard, okay, using a Power BI when you want to make a reports. So you can use various such topics for that purposes. Okay, so we will start first with the scalar function. Okay, so let's start. Okay, scalar functions. So scalar functions return a single value rather than a column or a table. A common examples include in scalar functions are aggregations, conversions, rounding, and logical functions. Okay. Some of the common use cases which we can say is aggregating a column of values into a single number. Okay. For example, average customer age, maximum product price, sum of revenue, count of orders, etc. This can be calculated using scalar functions like aggregation functions. Okay, one more example, one more use case can be converting fields into desired outputs like text to dates, integer to currency, all these things. Okay. Also, we all know about logical statements like or and. Okay, that also are included in scalar functions. So we'll start with the basic ones, and also many are included in this. So aggregation functions. Okay, so the aggregation functions are some of the average, which are used to sum, which is used to calculate the sums of the column, average, which is used for calculating average, max, min, count, distinct count, and count. This counts all the number of cells inside a particular column, and a distinct count counts only the distinct values. Okay, so this is a key difference between count and distinct count. And then comes and count rows. Count rows calculate the number of rows inside a table. Okay, so we'll just see one example of aggregation function with our DAX. Okay, so at the end of the session, I will give you some two tips how you can perform a proper DAX. Okay, how you can write DAX queries properly. Okay, so for I will take for this aggregation function, I will choose distinct count, and I will explain how it is used. Okay, so I have created some measures. So I will just right click on this and create a new measure. Okay, So first is a distinct count. So I want to calculate the total number of customers. Okay. So customers, I want distinct customers. Okay. So inside our table, maybe the customers are getting repeated. So I want distinct number. So let's write a measure total customers equal to. So one of the beauty of DAX is like you can it helps you to write the queries very efficiently. Okay. Now if I click on distinct count, it will also give me the definition of it, the count, the number of distinct values in the column. Okay. So you can easily write DAX queries. Just you need is little bit of knowledge of DAX. Okay. So I'm gonna use a customer lookup data over here. Okay. To calculate the number of customers. Okay, total customers. So customer lookup, and I'm gonna choose customer ID. So it is going to give me distinct customer ID. Okay, and then I will close it, and you see my measure is ready. I will just take a card visual over here, and I will add this measure over here. So I can see my total customers are 2251. Okay, so this was one of the aggregation functions. You can explore this. They are quite easy. You can explore them. You can explore one by one. So we'll go on the next, that is rounding functions. Okay, so there are various rounding functions. We have used it many a times, like int, round, round up, ceiling, floor, trunk, M round. Okay, so one of the example I will be showing you is through calculated columns. Now we did a calculated measure. Now we will have a calculated columns. Okay, so for this rounding, I will go to sales by store. Okay, for creating a calculated measure, we have to go into data view. Okay, it is a good practice to go in a data view and make a calculated column, because you have a complete overview of what you are going to do. Okay, so mostly go to data view and make it. So we will make a calculated column over here. So click on a new column, and we'll make a calculated column for time group. Now if you see, where is that? Okay, so transaction time is given. Okay, so it is given 6:45, 9:37, 9:28. I don't want like this. I want a particular constant timing. Okay, so in which category that particular time belongs. So I will write a floor function for this. How it is going to be written, please have a look over here. So I'm writing all the functions in front of you so that you can get an idea of how it is used. So it is a flow. We are going to use flow. Um, floor. So again, it is giving us the definition: round a number down towards zero to the nearest multiple of the sequence. Okay. So floor, sales by store, and we are going to use transaction time. Transaction time, and again we have to choose a closer multiple. So I am choosing, just a minute. We have to put it in the inverted commas, and I am choosing this. And yeah, now. Okay, so now if you see, you are all wondered why it is showing it in a decimal format. Okay, so in Power BI, time is also in a decimal format. So we have to change the format data type from here. Okay, so if I go and change the data type, yes, so you can see my data type is changed, and it is now to time format. Okay, so if you see 6:45, okay, I have used floor function. So for 6:45, it has become 6. For 9:37 it has become 9. Okay, you can use different rounding functions. You can use ceiling, M round for this particular calculations. Okay, I hope this is understood by you all. Okay. So next is we are over with aggregation rounding. Information. Okay. Now this information functions by itself. You can understand that it gives information about something. Okay. So is blank. How what its blank will give, whether that particular value is blank or not. Okay. Is error, whether error is present, is logical, is number is like whether that particular value is number or not, and similar. Okay. So I will give one more example about this. We will see on. mm, we'll go to calendar function. That can be better, I think. Okay. So calendar, I want to see that week ID. Okay. Now this particular week ID is a number or not. Okay. For example, so I will again create a calculated column over here, and inside a calculated column, I'm gonna write is number and enter. I'm entering because that's my habit to do it very neatly. Okay. Because by putting proper spaces, you can understand your DAX functions properly. You won't get confused afterwards. Okay. So mm, it's not. I think I've mistaken with the name. Okay. We'll go with your ID, and we'll check whether it is correct or not. True. Okay. Okay, now if you see here ID, now it is a numerical value, so it is given true. Okay, if it would be an text value, it would have given us text. So it would have given shown us here false. Okay, so each number says us like a particular column. We have passed this column. So whether this column is a number or a text. Okay, if it is a text or some other data type, it would have given false. As it is a new integer, as it is a number, it is giving us true. Okay, so these are some of the common functions, conversion functions like currency, format, date, time, date value, and value. Okay, so logical functions. Now logical functions, we all know. See, there are in Power BI there are these are some of the basic ones. If is all known to all us or all of us. We have used Python language. So if is like a if else statement. Okay, if the condition is true, that particular code has been true. Okay. Now for and for or, if I show what is and or to you all, just a minute. Okay. Now I have a column something like true, true, false, false. Now the definition of and is like um, check both the arguments are true and return true if both the arguments are true, otherwise return false. Okay. So for and it will check whether if both the arguments are true. If both the arguments are true, then only it will return true, or else it will return false in all the cases. Okay. This is for and for or it is a different thing. For or, if any one is true, it is okay. It will return true. If or both of them are false, it will return false. So here it will be true because both the values are true, and here also one value are true. So it will return true, and here it will return false because both the values are false. So this is about and or. Okay, you can use and or in DAX. Okay. So coming to next is switch. Okay, this switch is one of the important DAX statement and very useful. Okay, so what does switch does? Okay, switch evaluates an expression against a list of values and return one of multiple possible expressions. Okay, so I will be giving mm, bundle of expressions, and through that expressions it is going to see which of that particular expression is true for that particular uh, value. Okay, and it is going to give me the output. So here in the syntax, this expression is used for a particular expression is been given, and here it is a value and a result. Okay, we will see it through a practical way. You will understand it. Okay, so okay, so I want to check that is that this particular month. Okay, I have given a month ID. I want to check if this particular month belongs to first quarter or a second quarter, means first half or a second half. Okay, so we'll just check whether to which does it belongs. So we'll create a new column. Okay, so I have already written this code so that you won't get so more time should not be taken. We will use that in just a minute. Okay, here I have. Okay. Okay, so if you see this code, okay, I have inputted a column from calendar, that is month ID. Okay, and these are the input values from this month ID column. If the month ID gives me 1, it will give output as first half. Similarly for 2, it will give me first half. Till 6, it will give me first half, because in a year there are 12 months, and before 6 means before 6th month it is half year, and after that is a second half. Okay, so for 7th, a second half of a year starts. Okay, so accordingly it will show us the output. I will just run it and see how it will be giving us. Okay, so you can see 7 is comes to the second half. Okay, so switch DAX function can be used in such a way. Okay, now 4 comes in the first half. Okay, so we have it has given us the output first half. Okay, I hope this is clear to you all. So this is about the scalar functions. So we have discussed what we have discussed. We have discussed about aggregation functions, rounding functions, information functions, conversion functions, and logical functions with switch. Okay, this switch is very useful. You can use it in many different ways. Okay, so the next one which we are going to use is table and filter functions. So sorry, I think this just a minute. Okay, so table and filter functions. So before starting with table and filter functions, I would like to explain you one simple concept. Okay, so in DAX, functions with table arguments can typically accept either physical tables. Okay, physical tables are things like this. Okay, this all are physical tables because these are in our data model. Okay, so these are physical tables. It can accept physical tables or calculated virtual tables. What are these calculated virtual tables? See, when you perform DAX, okay, when you perform DAX queries, either you use physical tables or virtual tables. Virtual tables are created by DAX in the backend. Okay, it is not visible to us. The DAX create that virtual table for their understanding. For their particular query purpose, they make that virtual table. Okay, so if you see in this particular query, okay, we have used sales by store. So this sales by store is a physical table. And if you see here, I have used filter. Okay, filter sales by store, and then I have given that the quantity sold should be greater than 3. So DAX has made a virtual table in the backend, okay, which is not visible to us for that particular query purpose. So I have to remember this. Okay, this can be asked in an interview also. What are physical and virtual tables? Okay, in DAX. So you can say them with this particular example. Okay. So first is distinct and values. Okay, I'm going to explain both of this simultaneously because both of them are related to each other. So by the word distinct, what you understand by the word distinct? Distinct is going to give the distinct columns, okay, distinct values. Okay. and this values, it is going to give us all the values including blank, everything. Okay, so we'll read the definition for it. Distinct returns a single column table of a unique values when a column name is given. Unique values means distinct values. If a table is supplied, distinct return all the unique combination of the values. Okay, all the unique combinations. Please note, all the unique combinations means distinct combinations. And now let's see about values. Return a single table of unique values when a column name is given. If a table name is supplied, values return the entire table, including duplicates plus a blank row. Okay, so this is a key difference between distinct and values. Distinct take distinct take just unique values, and values take all the values, including duplicates and blank. We'll see this practically how it works. Just give me a minute. Okay, so we are going to create a new table for this. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to show you everything. So we have used measure, we have used column. Now we will create a table. Okay, distinct. Now see, distinct demo I'm showing you. So I've named it as distinct demo. uh, Distinct, it's a beauty of DAX that it gives you the definition when you give some DAX queries to it. Okay, so I'm gonna do distinct on product lookup. Product lookup is over here, and on product lookup I'm going to use it for product category. Product category, yeah, it is. And I'm gonna end this. Okay, now see the beauty of DAX. Okay, so in this particular table you can see it has given me the product category. Okay, it has given me the product category. Now I'm gonna create one more table. Okay, and I'm gonna use the same where it is, yeah, distinct. So I will just copy this, and now I'm gonna use one more. I'm gonna create one more new table, and here we are going to change distinct to values. Now see what happens. Yeah, yeah. Now you can clearly see in a distinct, they only took the distinct features. Okay, distinct values. But if you go for values, you can see the blank has also been taken. Okay, duplicate, blank, everything has been taken. So this is a difference between distinct and values. Okay, now all these DAX functions I am explaining you through a single means. Okay, through like a individually I'm explaining you. You can use this together and you can create all the nested DAX queries also. Okay, more than one DAX query can be used to create a nested DAX. Okay, so I hope distinct and values is been clear to you. The next one is the selected value. Okay. Now in this selected value, see, it returns a value when there's only one value in a specified column. Otherwise, returns an optional alternate result. Just give me a minute. So it is going to give us a particular value for a specified column. Okay. Otherwise, it is going to give us a alternative result. So selected values is being used in this format. Okay. We give a column name and we give a alternative result. Okay. Alternative result means if something is not matching, that particular alternate result will be shown over there. Okay. So let's run this query. So I will make a common measure for this. I'll just make a common measure. Okay. So I want a common measure named retail price, and in this we are going to use product lookup table. Okay, product lookup table is over here. You can see this is a product lookup table. So we are going to use retail price to see the current retail price. I'm giving it a name like selected value so that I won't get confused. And selected value. And we are going to, as I said, we are going to use product lookup. And in product lookup, we are going to use current retail price. Okay. As we have not given any alternate value, it is going to take it as a blank. Okay. So I'm closing this and let's see what happens now. Okay. So here my measure has been done over here. Okay. So let's create a matrix to understand this properly. So I'm taking a matrix visual. So in values section, I'm going to add customer sales and retail price. Okay. And in the rows section, I will add um, product group and product. Okay. Now you can see this. I'll just make it bigger. So it is taking blank values also. So I'll just yeah, now it's not taking blank. Okay. Okay. So if you can see for the when you just click on this plus, okay, you can see that retail price has been shown over here. Okay, it is showing retail price for current retail price. It is showing you the current retail price over here. Okay, when you click on this plus symbol. Okay, why? Because we have not passed anything for the product group. Okay, so it is showing me a blank, but when we click over here, we can see the retail current retail price over here. So this is a selected values. Okay, so for different things you can see. So this was all about selected values. Okay, so we'll start with the next one, selected columns. Okay, so selected columns return a table with selected columns from the table plus any new column specified by the DAX language, by the DAX expression. Just a minute. I think there's a network issue. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay. So, but the name suggests select columns. It gives us the selected columns from that particular table. Okay. So you can add an expression, but it is optional. Okay, so we'll see how you can create a select column. So for select column, we will create a new table. Okay, so I'm making a particular select column query. Just have a look. I'm giving this DAX query as a name, select column demo. Select columns. I'm adding a filter over here. Now filter, what does filter does? Okay, the filter adds a filter to the DAX query. Okay, now I will just write a query and then I will explain you how the filter works. Okay, so if you see, I've added a filter on employee lookup. Okay, if you see employee lookup table, it will just give me error just a bit. Employee lookup, there is staff ID. Okay, so I've added a filter which will take only 6, 16, and 31. Okay, if I go over here, see staff ID, where it is, yeah. So I will just see staff ID with 16, 6, 16, and 31. I'm choosing that staff ID only. Okay, I'll do it further how it's gonna be. See, we'll just write the entire query, then I will explain you how it is going to work. Now I have run this column. I have run this particular query, that is select column demo. Okay. Now just have a look over here. So first I've applied a filter over here. Okay. The filter is I have applied a filter on employee lookup table. Okay. On this employee where it is employee lookup table, I have applied filter on staff ID. Okay. So what filter I have applied? I just want staff ID whose staff ID is 6, 16, and 31. Okay, then I have added one. I have added employee ID. Okay, it's showing me the this particular table column name, and one more table column name, that is manager name and store. Okay, so I have added all the three together. I have appended all the three, like first name, last name, and a location. Okay, like Darren XU5, Karen Cups 3, Lisa Latte 8. Okay, so it has appended, it has all brought together. Okay, so this is the beauty of select column. Okay, you can create another table and you can just merge or append all the things together. Okay, so you can add filter, you can do it without filter also, or you can do it with filter. I have did with filter. and have added staff ID. You can add it with location or with the position also. You can see, like, for example, with the position where the employee is CFO, okay, or CEO. You can add different positions and you can see, like, is it it will give you that according to the filter you have applied. Okay, so to make it easy, I've just applied a staff ID. You can do it accordingly. Okay, I hope this is understood by you. Okay, so next is add columns. Okay, so add columns is also similar to select columns. Okay, but in add columns, see, it returns a table with selected column from the table plus new column specified by the expression. Means it gives that particular column, means a new column it gives, but it gives all the selected columns as well. Okay, so we'll see how it happens. We'll just copy this query and make a new table again, and I will name this as add column demo, and change this as add columns, and the rest of the things I'm gonna keep same, and see, let's see what happens. Yeah, so if you see, it has given me employee ID, everything. Okay, what I have mentioned over here, it has given me that, as well as the other remaining columns also. Okay, if you see over here, it has given me staff ID, first name, last name, position, all the things it has given me. Okay, so add columns gives us the entire table along with the columns which we have mentioned, like employee ID, manager name, and store. So now staff ID and employee ID are both the same thing, so I will just remove this. um, okay, 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 so both are the same things, you can remove it afterwards also. So this was about table and filter functions. Okay, so we have covered about DAX. In DAX, we have covered scalar functions and table and filter functions. The next one is also one of the important category, that are join functions. Okay, so how join function works? Let's see. So calculated table joins are used to combine two or more tables of data. Common examples include cross join, union, accept, and intercept. Okay. So when you're working with calculated join functions, mostly you create a separate table for this particular DAX function. Okay. For this type of DAX functions, we won't use uh, calculated columns or measures. Okay. We create a separate table. So some of the examples are cross join, union, accept, and intersect. So common use cases are combining data across multiple tables. If we want to combine data, okay, so we can use join functions of DAX. Okay, querying table to troubleshoot error or better understand relationship in data model. Okay, if you want to understand a proper relationship in a data model, you can use join functions. Okay, so the first one is cross join. So what does cross join does? See, it returns a table that contains a Cartesian product of specified task. Okay. Now, for example, you can understand through this visual. Okay. Now you can see there are two tables. Okay. The first table has a product category, product group, and the second one has a store ID. So I'm performing Cartesian join on these two tables. Okay. So the output will be, now if you see, there are four product category and three store IDs. Okay, so it is going to repeat each and everything. It is going to do a Cartesian product. Okay, Cartesian product of all the elements. Okay, you can see coffee, beverages, three, Coffee beverages 5, coffee beverages 8, tea beverages 3, beverages 5. So it is going to create a Cartesian product, okay, of all the elements in the table, in both the tables. Okay, we will see this in a through a practical example. As I said, this DAX functions are mostly created using tables. Okay, so let's create a new table, and again I will give this a name as cross join demo. So cross join is the name of the DAX function. Cross join, and yeah, I'm going to take values. We have seen value in the values, this particular DAX function sometime before. Values take each and every value, okay, each and every feature, column and row. So I'm gonna create this DAX function on product lookup. Okay, so we'll create on product category and product group. Okay, so let's see how it looks. So we have here uh, we have product category and product group. So we'll make a DAX function on this. Another one is product. Okay, and we'll close this. So, so see what it has done. So it has created a Cartesian product. Okay, if you see with the product group, okay, product category has created Cartesian product with product group. So coffee beans, whole bean teas, beverages. Okay, so this has been a cross join. Okay, now you may be thinking why these blank spaces are being seen over here. Okay, as I said, we have used values. Okay, and I have mentioned over here, values also takes blank rows. If we have given distinct, it would have taken just a distinct values, but it has we have given values. Okay, so we can change that. You can change that. Okay, and you can see this. Okay, so this has created a whole bunch of Cartesian product. Okay, so this is all about cross join. Okay, I hope this is understood to you. Just take a 1 minute. We'll start with other one. Okay,
Uh, Jaya, are we going to finish everything today, or shall we keep some topics for the next class as well?
it's up to you, sir.
No, no, you you tell. How much time will we take if we finish today?
I think more half an hour because after this some table filters I have to show and then it's over.
Okay, let's finish it in today's class itself.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay. So the next one is the union. Okay. Now we have seen the cross join. In cross join, it creates product Cartesian. Okay. So in union, it will create a union of it. Okay, union means combining everything. Combining everything. If we see this two in this particular image, there are two tables. So union is combining both the tables. Okay, and you can see beautifully they have visualized it with the color. So this is particularly a union. Okay, so let's make a union table. I have written a code for it. We'll just copy paste that for now, and I will explain how it works. Okay. So for union, I have created these two tables before only, so that you can understand it. Okay. So this is one table, and this is another table. So I have data table. I have used one of the text query. I will explain you this in some other lecture. So I have created two tables, and we are going to make a union of it. Okay, so new table, so union demo, and it's just we have to just pass a table of it, and we are going to create a union. Now just have a look. Union. So as the name suggests, it has created a union of both the tables. Okay, you can see this is like 358, and it has created a union. Okay, so the next one. Okay, so I think union is pretty much clear to you all. So the next one is accept. Okay, now see, accept, what does accept does. Okay, now you pass two tables, left table and a right table. Okay, so accept just print all the elements of the left table. It is not going to print right table elements and not the common elements also. It's just going to print all the left table elements. Okay, so this is work of accept. So I will just show you this also with one of the example. So for except I'm in a code over here, we'll see. Now see what I have did. I have taken a customer lookup. Okay, customer lookup table I have taken, and I have given a filter for the values of customer lookup, and here the filter is. Okay, so customer since 2017 means mm, it means say, 2nd of February, 1st February 2017. Okay, so this is your year, your month, and your day. Okay, so in DAX, this is a format of writing date. Okay, so when I execute this, see how it will give me. Okay, so it give me a customer lookup table. Okay, so it has given me a customer lookup for customer since this date. Okay, before this date. If I go over here, you can see it has just given me the lookup of everything before this date. Okay, before this date. So this is accept. In accept, this particular symbol, okay, this particular operator is not greater than. Okay, in this case means accept that particular date. Okay, accept, it is used for accept. Okay, this particular symbol is used for accept. So it has not taken all the dates. It has just taken the date which I have mentioned and before that. Okay, you can clearly see. It has taken everything from January and just a first day from February and nothing else. So this is done using accept. The next one is intersection. Intersect. Okay, intersect. Every one of us knows what is intersect. Intersects give us the common area. Okay, the common sharing part, okay, between both the tables. Okay, so let's see how intersect works. So we are going to see intersect now. Just give me a minute. New table. Okay, so I'm using intersect or employee table only. Okay, where it is employee table. Yeah. So what I want to know is employees which has joined after after 2016. Okay, after 2016, I have passed a date, um, 31st December 2016. You have to read it in a different manner. Like this is a day, this is a month, and this is a year. 31st December 2016. So intersect is going to give me the common for this. Okay. So what are the employees which have joined after 31st of December 2016? If I run this, you can see it has given me common for this particular condition. Okay. So these are the employees which have been joined after 2016. Okay. Okay. So this was about intersect. Okay. Intersect gives us the common things of both the tables. So yeah, if you see what are the both the tables, the one is the employee lookup and the other one is the expression. You can pass expression as well. Okay. In case of second table, you can give a expression. Okay. So the DAX function will give you according results accordingly to what you have given in this particular query. So now the last part of the DAX, which is table and filter functions. Okay. So relationship functions. Sorry, it's not a table and filter functions. I have completed table and filter functions above. It is relationship functions. I think there was some printing error. Sorry for that. Relationship functions. So relationship functions allow you to access fields within tax measures or calculated columns through physical or virtual relationship between tables. Okay. Here you use physical and virtual relationships. Just a minute. So some of the use cases can be defining a calculated column or measure using fields from related tables. Okay, you give some related tables and you can make some DAX matches and columns. Okay, and you can handle relationship between multiple tables or data fields. Okay, that can be done, and various things can be done. So first thing is what is physical and virtual relationship. Okay, so physical relationships are manually created and visible in your data model. Okay, as you see in this data model section, you create a physical relationship. Okay, uh, see, you have created a physical relationship. Okay, so this is all physical relationships. Second is virtual relations. Okay, this virtual relations is being created by DAX. Okay, it is not visible to you. Whatever you write in DAX query, that can be created as a virtual relationship. Okay, I write a filter, that particular DAX understands it and it creates a relationship with that particular table. Okay, so this is all virtual relationship, and which we can see, which we can change. Here is physical relationships. Okay, in DAX and Power BI. So one is related. Okay, so one of the function is related. So related returns a value from a related table in a data model. Okay, it will return a value that is particularly related to that particular table. Okay, we'll do this practically. You can understand it properly, so that you can understand it properly. Okay. So to understand this related, I will create a column over here, a calculated column named as product group. Okay. So see, we have used sales by store, and we are going to um, create a relationship with product table. Okay, with the because we want a product group in this particular sales by store data set. We want a product group, so we are going to create a relation with product lookup table. Okay, just have a look, you will understand it properly. Product group and related product lookup, and you I want to give product group, and I will close this. Okay, let's see, it's working. Yeah, it's working fine. So I've created a relationship. I've related this particular product, this sales by store with product column. Okay, through product group. Okay, so it has shown me this product group has been created over here. Okay, so it has created a virtual DAX has created a virtual relationship with that column. Okay, and it has given us this. So this is what related DAX query do. Okay. The next and last one is user relation. One more thing, I will show one more with DAX related. Just a minute. This will be a measure. I think we'll create a measure for this. So I want to know the wholesale cost. Okay. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay. So we'll go with the next one because the particular data set I have not inserted in this, for which I wanted to show you. But we'll do it in the next lecture. Let's see how it can be done. So the user relationship. Okay, the last one which we are going to discuss today is a user relationship. Okay, so this specifies an existing relationship to be used in the evaluation of DEX expression, defined by naming as arguments the two columns that serve as endpoints. Okay, so there are possibility that particular two columns which you are going to pass in this may not have any relationship. Okay, but you are creating a relationship using user relationships. Okay, let's see how it has been. So just a minute. We have calendar over here, and we want to create a relationship with the food inventory. So how we can create a relation? Let me see. Okay, so we have bake date and we have transaction date in both the columns. So we'll just create a relationship. Okay. Okay. So a relation has been created. So we'll create a measure over here. Just give me a minute. I will explain what we are doing here. Um, sum of quantities sold. Okay, we'll calculate sum of quantities sold and we'll create a user relationship. For the inventory, bake date, and so it is giving us the error over here. Just let me go and see over here. Okay, so we have created a yeah. So we'll delete this first. Let's see is it working or not. Okay, it's still giving us the error. Just a minute. If I create bake date and transaction date, let's see how it's gonna work. Okay. If you see now that error has been solved, we have created a relationship with the bake date and the calendar transaction. Okay, so this error is solved over here, and we will use a card measure. Okay, to see the quantity sold. So if you see in this measure, we have created a user relationship. Okay, why it was not taking that relationship? Because here we have mentioned this relationship. Okay, the food inventory, bake date, and a calendar transaction date. So for that purpose, it was not taking the relationship this transaction date and transaction date relationships, because we have mentioned that particular relationship over here. Okay, so you can see what mistakes was done and how you can rectify that mistake. Okay, so this is user relationship. So we have used a calculate function over here, and based on this relationship it is calculating the quantity sold. Okay, okay. So the last one is tips and key practices. Okay, so one of the key practice which you can follow while doing DAX functions or DAX measures is you can use this you can just write your DAX using in a proper format. Instead of writing it everything in one line, you can use this utilize the space and write it properly. Okay, so you can use shift enter to just, if you just click enter, it is going to run the code. But if you do the press shift enter, it will go down and you can type anything. Okay, also one thing which you can use is comment. Okay, you can use comments in DAX. Okay, so that your DAX function has been explainable to you, as well as if you're explaining it to someone, you can use um, comments. Okay, and one more thing I would like to show you all is okay. So this is one of the website where you can visit for DAX functions. Okay, the name of the website is DAX Guide. Okay, so there are various all the DAX functions which you want is over here. You can just read that and you can use it. Okay, they have given the examples also. Okay, so you can just, if you're stuck anywhere in DAX. Okay, the this website is really a savior for everyone, because you can just use this website, you can read that what they have given, and you can just perform the tax queries. Okay, so I hope everything is understood to you. So this was all from my side, and yeah.
Okay, great, Jay. It was a great session. We'll keep the call open for next 2 minutes in case anybody has any concerns or questions. Before that, Jai, would you? Okay, there is a question. What is the use of calendar table, and how can we create a calendar table that fits with another table's date column?
So calendar table is mostly created using calendar functions, or you can use M language for creating that. We can do the. It's a vast concept. We can do that in some other lecture for sure.
Okay, we will probably do a session on calendar table. There is also a question related to star and snowflake schema. We'll try to include that as well in the next class, or probably I can record a video on star and snowflake schema. Okay. Jay, would you like to talk a little bit about the bootcamp by Zep Analytics?
Yeah, sure.
Anyways, your
So
screen is shared. Probably you can show that page and explain.
website, I can share the website and explain it. Okay. So this bootcamp is a data analytics bootcamp. It's a job ready bootcamp for all of you. It's going to start from 4th of July 2022. That is next Monday, I guess. So this is going to be an intensive bootcamp where we are going to cover many things which are going to make you ready for the job roles like data analyst, business analyst, BI analyst, BI developer, Power BI developer, Tableau developer, and many more. So it is a full-fledged program where you are going to get many features such as live instructor-led classes. So the instructor is going to teach you in live classes, okay, and you are going to get a course completion certificate after the complete successful completion of course, and a 2 months internship certificate. If you want, if you request, Zep Analytics will provide you with a 2 months internship certificate. Also, you are going to get the class recordings, okay. So this class recordings are your live instructor led classes recordings which are going to be with you for the lifetime, okay. You can revise the lectures, or you can rewatch the lectures on your according to your convenience. Also, you are going to get access to the Udemy courses. These are the Satyajit Patnaik Udemy courses, and this courses you are going to get it for free, okay. This is offer only for the data analytic bootcamp students, okay. They are going to get it for free, okay. Also, we are going to do a project based learning with intense knowledge. Everything which is going to be taught is going to be through project, okay. First we are going to teach you the basics, and after that we are going to start with the project, okay. After each module there are going to be multiple projects. We'll go through the syllabus also so that you can understand what projects can be done in this. So what services which are provided by our side, you are going to get the guidance and mentorship from industry experts, okay. Also, you are going to get an interview preparation kit from Zap Analytics, like for power after each module. For example, if you have done with the Python module, you will get a interview preparation kit for that particular module, okay. So that while revising or while studying, everything is been fresh with you, and you can just prepare for the interview also. So doubt clearing sessions, okay. We have lectures, live lectures twice a week, okay, and doubt clearing session once on a weekend, okay, where you can ask your doubts in a live lecture to the instructor, and instructor is going to clear your all doubts, okay. Also, you're going to get 24/7 community support, and this community support is where you can interact with your peers, you can interact with teachers, and you can ask doubts over there, and it will be cleared over there, okay. So these are some of the testimonials from our past students. So you can see Kailash, Satyajit sir, and I'm gonna be the instructor over here. Also, the syllabus is pretty much vast, okay. So we are going to start with the course introduction, like how data analytics is uh, booming in IT industry, how companies are making decision based, okay, how they are taking data driven decisions, and how to frame a particular analytics problem, and how to implement it with a proper solution. All this will be talked in the first module. The second module, we are going to start with the Python for data science, where all the needed Python concepts, like from basics, are going to be taught to you, like loops, data structures, loops, functions, object oriented programming, and then Python for data science, like NumPy, Pandas, and visualization libraries like Matplotlib, Seaborn, and other things. Also, we are giving you some of the bonus lectures also. Okay, and after that, EDA methods like web scraping and other EDA methods will be taught in this. Okay, so as I said, in each module you are going to get a project. So here we are going to perform a web scraping project, explorative data analysis project, which are going to be taught by us, and also we are going to give you to perform the projects. Okay, so after this, we have statistics, where each and every concept is going to be taught by scratch. Okay, we are going to start statistics from scratch, from basics till intermediate level and till advanced, till hypothesis testing, ANOVA testing, A/B testing, all that. And then Microsoft Excel. Okay, Microsoft Excel is also be going to be from introductory level to advanced level, and we are going to um, make a dashboard in Excel. Okay, a dashboard project. Okay, this will be a project in Excel. Also, statistics will be there. Okay, it is going to be taught in the live classes. SQL, believe me, SQL is one of the most important module in data analytics. If you are a data analyst, most of your job is going to be on SQL. Okay, and your interview, and when you go for an interview, it is you are going to be roasted in SQL. So SQL is very important. So we have planned SQL in a complete depth, okay, so that you can understand it properly. Okay, all the concepts of SQL is going to be covered over here, and some basics of NoSQL as well. Okay, and after in the model project, we are going to do some SQL case studies, and afterwards Power BI, and Power BI is also one of the important visualization tool. So Power BI and Tableau is going to be covered, and some part of predictive modeling. Okay, predictive analytics, and last is data warehousing and ETL. Okay, so this is about the boot camp. It's going to be starting from 4th of July. That is next week, and it is going, as I said, it is going to be pretty much vast and intensive. So you can enroll for this, and I bet no all the topics are going to be taught to you in pretty much depth, and so that you, the main motive is that you can clear the interviews and you can get job ready and get good jobs. Okay, so this was the brief introduction about the
Thank you.
bootcamp.
Thank you, Jay. I'm just muting you. Thank you. You have already covered almost everything about the bootcamp. In case you are interested to join this bootcamp, probably you can start registering. However, the registrations were almost closed, but I'll keep it open till the end of this month. So yeah, in case you are ready to jump in for your data analytics journey, probably just enroll for it. I'm pretty much sure you won't be disappointed, because most of the classes will be taken by me. Some of the other classes will be taken by Jai and some other external trainers as well. But majority of the program will be covered by me itself. So that's it. In case you have any doubts, you can join our WhatsApp group. The link will be in the description below. In case you don't see it right now, probably just refresh this video after 5 minutes. I have already added the link, so you can join the WhatsApp group and you can ask doubts about the bootcamp as well. Now, talking about the giveaway, I was talking about, similar to this document, we have already created more than 20-25 such interview guides and case study documents, which will also be provided as part of the bootcamp. But as I had committed for today's lecture, that we will be sharing this document with you, just for your own, you can just go through this document. This is a wonderful document created by Zep. You will see a lot of questions, interview related questions which are asked, and I'm pretty much sure once you learn everything about Power BI, if you go through these questions, I think that is more than enough for you to get started with Power BI. On top of that, we also have documents, similar documents related to the PL 300 examinations as well. However, that is not for free. I'll be passing it to the students, those are enrolling for the bootcamp. But this document, you can get an access to it immediately. So revisit this video in next few minutes or probably by tomorrow morning. You will find a link to this document as well. Just download it and enjoy the content. That's it, guys. It was really wonderful um, to have you join this session. 50 concurrent users throughout the session was really great. I didn't see drop as well. People were consistently watching, and I'm pretty much sure you loved the way Jai explained all the topics as well. Even I liked how Jai talked about various advanced DAX functions. So that is it. We'll wind up the call right now and see you in the next Sunday live session, which probably would be on any of the topics. I even don't know what will be the next topics, but if you are a part of my WhatsApp communities and my LinkedIn family, you will probably get to know the topics very soon. Okay, I'll pick some questions. In case you have any questions, I'll keep this call open for the next 5 minutes, and we'll take some questions. What other knowledge we have to have? No, there is no prerequisite to this bootcamp. You can simply join with blank knowledge, zero knowledge. We will be teaching everything from scratch: Python, SQL, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, predictive modeling, including machine learning, basics of machine learning, everything will be taught. ETL, data warehousing, all these topics will also be covered. Yes, very good question, Rohan. What will be there in the last 1 month? So it's a 4+1 months of bootcamp, 4 months of training and 1 month of project. In the last 1 month, you will be working with multiple. So it's like a collaboration project where you will be, you will be creating your own group of students. In case you don't create a group, we will manually assign you students. So 3 to 4 people in a group will be working on 3 projects in the last 1 month. Those 3 projects will be one on SQL case study, one will be on Power BI or Tableau dashboard, and the third one will be a application on machine learning. And all these 3 projects will be very much relevant to your profile. So that will also act as a portfolio project, and you can also mention these projects in your resume. And during the fifth month itself, there will be a lot of one-to-one calls related to resume preparation, interview preparation, and all those things. And mock interviews are also provided, but that will be on ad hoc basis, which means if you are preparing for an interview, let's say you have an interview in next 1 week, you can probably reach out to me and we can have a mock interview so that you understand how questions are being asked in interviews, right? So all these things will be provided. Apart from that, I do have more than 30 plus WhatsApp groups, various Telegram groups as well. So I usually get a lot of job opportunities as well. So in case I get any job opportunities for fresher level or for 2-3 years experience level, that will also be passed on to you. So the students of this bootcamp will have more priority. And then if we don't close these openings, the openings will be passed on to other communities. That is how it will be. So any other questions related to the bootcamp or to something else, or related to today's topic? Is the course for tech background or for non-tech? No, data analytics for is for everybody. People from non-technical background with zero programming knowledge also can easily learn data analytics and get started with their career. Python is taught in the program, but Python is not mandatory for data analytics. So that is a plus. That is what we are teaching right now. In case you feel Python is difficult, you can skip that part. Nothing to worry about. We can perform data analysis without Python also. We can do it in SQL, we can do it in Power BI, in Excel, in Tableau. Why we are teaching Python is because majority of the companies are using Python. So it is always better if you learn Python. And Basics of Python is important. I don't want you to be pro in Python. That's not required, because you are ultimately not going to join as a Python engineer or a Python developer, right? You will be joining as a data analyst or a business analyst or a BI analyst, where Python will be a plus to your profile. Anybody else has any questions? 5 more minutes, 4 more minutes left, and then we'll wind up the call. Okay. Okay, I think not much of questions right now. Okay, so we'll wind up the call, guys. Thank you everyone for joining the session. It was really nice, and I'm really overwhelming to get 50 concurrent users throughout the session. And thanks for the wonderful session, Jai. It was really informative, and we'll have such sessions in the future on multiple other topics as well. Stay tuned, join my communities, be a part of my LinkedIn, and see you in the next Sunday session at 7 p.m. IST. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jay. Oh, sorry, Jay, you were on mute. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.